I'm just going to give like an informative speech, and basically it's just going to be talking about like the exercising benefits, not only the human body but the human mind as well. So imagine this, you guys are younger, so you guys kind of remember going outside and playing like in the sun as a kid, going and swinging on the swings or hanging on the monkey bars and stuff like that. And you remember like having so much fun with your friends and not wanting to go inside after recess. Have you guys like ever had like a rough day and then went to like either go work out or go play on the playground, and then afterwards you just felt great? Growing up, I was involved in cheerleading and dance, and so these sports have kind of just pushed me to new limits and have taught me a lot, and have taught me that I'm capable of more than I ever thought I was. Exercise has been known to bring people together, giving them an opportunity to make connections, and exercising benefits not only the human body but the human mind as well. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the inactivity and the health problems that can bring. So a few academic studies have been done demonstrating that inactivity leads to increased risk for cardiovascular disease and death. There is a professor, his name is Jeremy Noah Morris, and he conducted studies that basically just showed that those that were more active, that have more active jobs and more like physically demanding jobs, are less likely to suffer from like heart diseases compared to those that are working in the office or are working in a job that tend to sit down a lot. There's a high level of exercise. A high level of exercise in women have actually been shown to like decrease breast cancer risks. And since cancer is kind of a big deal, we kind of want to like reduce that as much as possible. Another study has been showed that children with low physical fitness, have an increased chance of getting asthma as they're younger. As you get older, your body tends to like deteriorate a little bit, so your muscles aren't as strong and your bones tend to get weaker just with time. And so those that have like worked out over the years and just worked into their adult life have been shown to have an improved life expectancy, a higher life satisfaction, and then improved overall health. And so along with that, there's a little more health benefits from exercise. Not only does it help keep the organs and veins like elastic or stretchy, which actually helps in the long run because it helps keep your with your lungs, it helps with your veins, which can also help with decreased asthma and blood clots. It can also help strengthen your bones and your muscles, which allow you to do more even when your bones and muscles wear out. There was a scholarly journal, and the article is called Relations of Physical Activity and Stress for Mobility in University Students. And there were a couple of graphs in this article that basically just showed that the more exercise or physical activity that you participate in, the lower stress levels that you have. The more physical activity you participate, the more likely you are going to have like a good social support system, which will allow you to make those good social connections, making friends, and kind of just boosting your confidence level a little bit, which is huge in a college campus, especially where you're kind of just basically figuring out where you want to go in life and who you are as a person. The results of the present study indicate that physical activity is inversely correlated to perceived stress and depression, and one social network is positively related to physical activity involvement. The results also indicate that low physical activity levels and high prevalence of stress is a continued issue among college students. Given the considerable evidence that physical activity may alleviate stress, it is suggested that to increase college students' activity level as a means of reducing their stress level. Going on to talk about the mental health benefits as well as the physical benefits. So depression, anxiety, and stress is a huge part of a college student's life and just an adult life in general. And depression is actually a really, really common mental disorder that could be reduced in a lot of different ways. So depression is recognized from various symptoms that include depressed mood, loss of interest or pleasure, feelings of guilt and low self-worth, disturbed sleep and appetite, low energy, and poor concentration. Research in large populations suggests that people who exercise regularly are less likely to suffer from depression throughout their lives. These results are observed when other factors are also taken into account, such as social class, education, employment, if you're married or not, and then smoking and alcohol intake. So depression can actually take an actual physical toll on your body, just because once you're depressed, you kind of just start to not take care of yourself and you lose interest, so you don't exercise as much. So since exercising and physical activity is like a way to help reduce stress and depression and anxiety, stuff like that, it can help you with like your physical like well-being as well. And so I guess basically like exercise can help overall, especially in college students where you're trying to like figure everything out. You guys are getting like super stressed. So I just encourage you guys to kind of just exercise or take a little bit of time out of your day just to take care of yourself, just to kind of boost that confidence. In conclusion, exercise or being involved in physical activity can help college students by offering them social connections, lower stress, depression, and anxiety levels, and it can help them build confidence as their bodies get into shape. Going back to the story at the very, very beginning of the speech, when you guys are playing outside on a warm, sunny day, remember you guys would, like your teacher or your mom would just holler at you or the bell would ring and you guys would have to go back inside but you didn't want to. I guess just go back to those days and, just recognize that it's important to be physically active, and it'll be great. So why can't we go back to those good old days?